Hello, my name is Jennifer Townsend, and I am thrilled to present my insights to you in this contemporary business leadership presentation. In this presentation, I will describe the selected business leader and discuss pertinent details about their role. I will identify the leadership theory that aligns with their style, along with their most notable career accomplishment and a major challenge they encountered in their position. Subsequently, I will introduce another leader from the education sector and compare their leadership styles, providing examples of their strengths and weaknesses. The presentation will end with key leadership insights and my personal reflections on the experience. Dr. Carol Les Ramos serves as the Dean of Students at the College of Pharmacy at Southwestern Oklahoma State University, or SWOSU. With 26 years of service at SWOSU, he has held multiple positions such as faculty, professor, department chair, and assistant dean, culminating in his current role as dean for the last 2 years. His extensive responsibilities include acting as the chief financial officer for the College of Pharmacy, overseeing the academic programs, directing the development of the college curriculum, and ensuring continuous programmatic enhancements to fulfill accreditation requirements. SWOSU's pharmacy mission statement is dedicated to educating and empowering pharmacy graduates, fostering a lifelong commitment to personal and professional growth with outstanding patient-centered care. This aligns with the vision to cultivate leadership skills essential for advancing the pharmacy profession. Dr. Ramos' leadership exemplifies these principles, making a lasting impression on every student he meets. He is committed to the continuous improvement of the program for the benefit of both students and staff. Although he considers himself an ordinary individual, his actions are nothing short of extraordinary. The transformational leadership theory emphasizes leaders who inspire and motivate their followers to achieve exceptional results while also enhancing their own leadership abilities. This encapsulates Dr. Ramos's approach precisely. When described his leadership style, he uses terms like supporter, encourager, open-minded, and builder of people. The 4 cornerstones of transformational leadership are inspirational motivation, idealized influence, individualized consideration, and intellectual stimulation. Inspirational motivation harnesses optimism and enthusiasm to forge an appealing vision of the future, thereby influencing commitment, invigorating workers, setting a standard of excellence, and instilling purpose in employees' work and lives. This process he referred to as buy-in, which involves creating a consensus by fostering confidence and encouraging engagement to promote a sense of ownership in the organizational goals and objectives. Idealized influence elevates individuals by fostering pride, respect, and trust among employees through exemplary role modeling and ethical conduct. In addressing expectations, he emphasized that regular communication and active listening are paramount. He identifies areas requiring focus and empowers staff to offer ideas and devise solutions, thereby promoting both personal and professional growth and creating a unified team capable of collaborative problem solving. Individualized consideration fosters relationship development and growth through support and encouragement. Dr. Ramos observed that leadership styles focused on legitimate power tended to make employees hesitant to request resources or provide input. In contrast, his approach is to encourage asking, and he strives to secure the necessary resources whenever possible. He firmly believes that while tasks need to be completed, prioritizing people and their needs is paramount. Intellectual stimulation motivates employees to pursue innovation and creative solutions to organizational challenges. He again referenced the buy-in factor, emphasizing the importance of building confidence and fostering encouragement. This approach enhances innovation and critical thinking skills, which are essential for proactively addressing performance challenges. His perspective on intellectual stimulation centered around the questions, what do you want to do and how can I assist you in achieving that? Dr. Ramos, having held various roles throughout his career, considers his greatest achievement to be the assembly of a team capable of independently utilizing their skills to address problems. He emphasized the importance of the buy-in and through his leadership laid a solid foundation that enabled a 35-person team to collaboratively tackle persistent issues faced by universities, such as admission rates, financial funding, and graduate success. He utilized a similar approach to Tuckman's 5-stage model of group development as a framework to systematically navigate through the stages and achieve the intended outcome. Although he was recognized within the organization before becoming dean, his leadership style differed from his predecessors. Consequently, there was significant uncertainty during the team's forming stage. However, improvements emerged in the storming phase as the staff adjusted to his leadership approach. He noted that he often said yes to requests that would have been denied by previous leaders. He believed that if staff members were bold enough to inquire and their requests were reasonable and feasible, they deserved consideration. This approach facilitated the transition to the norming phase where the team shifted from I mentality to a we mentality and group cohesion was achieved. Additionally, he employed several management principles and through this maintenance role of an encourager, fostered cooperation among staff members. The performing stage began by effectively communicating expectations while remaining flexible with schedules and approaches, which proved successful. The staff's positive response was due to a lack of micromanagement, allowing them to have a say and ownership in the program's direction. This impact was significant due to the relationship built and the program's success, transforming staff and students into a close-knit family. Even though the group does not disband, the adjourning phase is maintained through ongoing discussion, rewards, and recognition. Through this journey, Dr. Ramos also experienced personal growth. As a self-described people-pleaser and worrier, he found the stress of his role and negative interactions burdensome. However, with experience, he learned to manage these emotions and now feels more adept at handling challenges with a positive outlook. Robert Greenleaf believed that the best leaders serve others by prioritizing the needs of employees, customers, and the community above their own. Dr. Ramos, through a characteristic analysis, scored highly on many of these skills, which he attributes to his significant career achievement. He values active listening to both colleagues and students' concerns. His empathy is profound, with other feelings heavily influencing his decision, and he is aware of his strengths and weaknesses. Healing was a pivotal aspect of his success, considering the importance of student satisfaction and the financial burden of attending classes. He noted that certain policies had severe repercussions for remedial courses, which discouraged students and set them back rather than allowing them to repeat a single class. Consequently, his team developed criteria to rectify this issue. Persuasion and foresight were not rated as highly because he believed that once a solid foundation was in place, persuasion was unnecessary, though still preferable to a positional authority. Stewardship, a commitment to the growth of people, and a focus on community building are his priorities. His leadership shines in these areas. Known as an encourager and supporter, he recounted the act of kindness that had a significant impact. Previously, students were not allowed to drink in the classroom. He thought that allowing them might boost morale and was worth the risk of a carpet stain. Together with his wife, they provided a coffee bar and snacks. This initiative was a hit, and supplies quickly ran out. Now, there's a commercial coffee machine with faculty support and monthly donations from Walgreens, expanding the offerings to include quick meals like macaroni and cheese. He summed it up, small things can make big differences. He attributes his personality as a factor in a significant challenge he faced in his role. His empathetic nature makes it difficult for him to decide when to make an executive decision or seek a consensus among committee members. An example he provided was concerning students' welfare during finals week. The intense schedule with back-to-back classes and exams left students with insufficient time to prepare, creating a stressful environment that negatively impacted the ability to learn and test scores. He takes pride in fostering a cohesive environment and values faculty input to enhance and develop the academic process. Therefore, it is worth considering whether to make an executive decision or seek a consensus. When the issue was addressed, only minimal changes were made, indicating the need for an executive decision. With feedback and improved planning, a revised schedule was developed and implemented. Despite some conflict, this decision was essential to align with the organization's mission and vision statement and to ensure students were adequately prepared to progress in their profession. He has learned through experience that many challenging personalities simply need a way to express themselves, and that maintaining sincerity and calmness is essential for resolving conflicts successfully. Dr. Ramos took on a managerial role by implementing a revised schedule to address an issue. His approach to the situation showcased significant leadership qualities. Research indicated that maintaining a positive relationship with faculty during disagreements is crucial through effective communication and interaction, as it directly affects both staff and students of the institution. Moreover, the diligent dissemination of knowledge and information fosters organizational trust, cultivates a common understanding, and shapes the decision-making process. High scores demonstrate the significance of certain traits in addressing challenges. Inclusion is difficult to achieve due to the complex interplay of societal forces. Managers must be able to recognize organizational resources and practices to meet their goals. Skills like listening, empathy, healing, and awareness are crucial for making impactful decisions. Faced with the challenge, Dr. Ramos addressed the adverse effect on student well-being and sought staff feedback before making changes. He relied on evidence to justify the need for change rather than taking an authoritarian stance. The arising challenge was resolved with the students' best interests and learning capabilities in mind, embodying stewardship, a commitment to people's growth, and a desire to foster community as it sought to amend policies that were detrimental to both individuals and the institution. Power is the ability to enforce one's will upon others. It is essential for managers to use power to influence those they rely on, and it is vital for developing self-confidence and willingness to support the team. In regards to the conflict situation, Dr. Ramos experienced reverent power, which stems from personal traits and social connections to secure compliance effectively. He is known for his get things done approach. Despite his aversion to conflict, he recognized the need for change and allowed nothing to deter him from making difficult decisions. His appreciation for the bonds he has formed with his staff and students is apparent in the respect they show him. His dedication to assisting the team and organization in achieving their personal and professional goals has strengthened their reverent power. Diane Ravitch is an educational historian and research professor of education at New York University. She has also served as the Assistant Secretary of Education under George H.W. Bush. In an interview, she was asked about the characteristics of an excellent teacher. She replied that an excellent teacher exhibits infinite patience, a love for teaching, and a deep care for students' well-beings. Ravitch and Dr. Ramos both value these qualities. Ravitch has experienced well-designed educational programs that lack classroom interaction. Dr. Ramos also advocates for a hands-on approach and active involvement in the lives of faculty and students, demonstrating interest and a belief that performance is best measured through direct observation. Ravitch shared in an interview that influential leaders share a zest for learning and a conviction in the significance of their work, teaching character through example and modeling, a strength both educators possess. However, Ravitch's strong advocacy and more authoritarian leadership style may clash with those who favored Dr. Ramos's collaborative approach. Her communication style, which is persuasive and dynamic, is often seen as confrontational, and she is well versed in debate, a stark contrast to Dr. Ramos's approach. Her style is quite direct, which may discourage people from actively participating, while his style is more laid back, potentially leaving room to be exploited. Ravitch believes complacency is the largest barrier to educational reform. This wise advice offers the notion that growth transpires outside of comfort zones. Despite their different styles, both leaders share a deep commitment to their field and exert significant influence through their passion and character. Vision and mission statements define an organization's purpose and aspirations. They guide strategic planning by setting forth a clear purpose and objectives. The development of strategy allows for the measurement of these objectives to gauge the organization's success. The SWOSU College of Pharmacy utilizes a survey-based assessment to evaluate the effectiveness of meeting their vision and mission. This survey focuses on specific areas, including essentials for practice and care, where students assess the program's preparation for real-world experiences and their personal and professional development. The college benchmarks its success against the national average, aiming to be within a 5% range. Furthermore, it evaluates organizational awareness, responsiveness, communication, and strategies for planning and sustainability. Entrepreneurship entails taking risks to seize opportunities beyond the realm of controlled resources. The entrepreneurial mindset is characterized by an individual's capacity to adapt, continuously acquire information, and make decisions in a complex, uncertain, and dynamic environment. Dr. Ramos identifies as risk-averse and rates his entrepreneurial skills and self-efficacy on the lower end, attributing this to his empathetic nature and its influence on his life and well-being. His ambitious is not self-centered, but driven by a desire to contribute to organizational success, which boosts his confidence, and in this aspect, he has a preference for aiding others in their achievements, finding motivation in this collaborative approach rather than in self-direction. In the Big Five personality traits, he sees a shift from introversion to extroversion, a change fostered by his professional roles. He feels confident in his agreeableness and consciousness, excelling in areas that benefit societal well-being. However, his emotional stability score dips when the focus turns inward, as stressful situations and interactions still impact him. Dr. Ramos is open to feedback and eager to improve, yet he finds ambiguity challenging. While he can operate effectively in unpredictable scenarios, he is less at ease in them. His encourager personality type and commitment to organizational success make positive interactions, proactivity, and work ethic his comfort zones. He believes in the significance of his actions and maintains control over his behavior, often reflecting on situations to ensure his intentions are clear. Although adept at garnering support, he acknowledges that innovation and creativity are not his strong suits, often depending on others to spearhead problem-solving initiatives. Effective leaders should demonstrate authentic behavior, guided by their values and passions, and have awareness of their strengths and weaknesses. Ethical behavior complements authenticity and steers actions towards honesty and fairness. Furthermore, leaders who engage in morally transformative behavior inspire others, shifting a group's focus from I to we. Through such behaviors, leaders can profoundly influence their followers by serving as exemplary role models. The quote, "Leadership is not about being the best, it's about making everyone around you better," encapsulates the essence of Dr. Ramos's interview. I decided to interview him because of the high regard his methods and motivational skills are held in by the many pharmacy students I've met during their rotations at my workplace. I compared his style with Diane Ravitch because although she also works in education, her approach is markedly different from Dr. Ramos's. With a background in journalism, interviewing is familiar territory for me, and I pride myself on my listening skills, which stem from a genuine interest in people's passions and methods. However, the volume of content to consider posed a challenge to ensure all aspects were covered during the interview. Additionally, being unfamiliar with the campus, I wandered around before finding my destination, thankfully arriving early to make a good first impression. In the interview, I engaged in a conversational manner rather than sticking strictly to a questionnaire format. This approach allowed me to gather relatable examples and apply concepts. It's through such interactions that you truly get to know someone, as they share personal stories like the evolution of a small kindness coffee bar that turned into a larger operation. Reflecting on the experience, the quote, "Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself," has taught me that leadership is about fostering positive connections and promoting growth. I often critique myself harshly, overlooking my achievements and focusing on perceiving weaknesses. Yet it's these challenges that drive me out of my comfort zone and help me develop strengths. Throughout my career, I've experienced various leadership styles, some inspiring and others less so. The journey's beauty lies in the commitment to continual improvement, which knows no bounds. I enjoyed this experience, and I hope you did too. Thank you.